Some critics of the Egyptian revolution are saying it never really happened. Demonstrators in the country celebrated the downfall of President Mubarak and his departure 1 year ago this Saturday, but the skeptics insist that is the only victory they achieved. Egypt watchers say it was not even the street protesters' achievement on its own that brought the change, but the army's withdrawal of support for Mubarak. Since he has been gone, the armed forces have given the orders. Field Marshal Tantawi, aged 76, at the head of the Supreme Military Council, has named the ministers who are supposed to pilot the state of Egypt towards democracy. To much domestic and international fanfare and apprehensions over the expected result, Egypt's first elections installed a parliament dominated by the country's most organized and well-funded group outside the army. 2/3 of the seats were won by Islamist candidates. Author and journalist John Bradley has been writing about Egypt and the wider Middle East for years.
These elections weren't free and fair. They're not fair because the Islamists had 3 decades of experience to draw on and a vast network, political and social network, and the liberals had only just established their parties. The other problem is that they're not free if they've been bought, and the radical Salafis especially are on the record as having said that they've received substantial funding from Gulf Arab states.
So from what you're saying, this election has not been in any way a victory for the revolutionaries, was it?
No, because there was no Egyptian revolution, technically speaking. There was a military coup, and the military that's ruled Egypt since 1952 sacrificed the president, and the Islamists filled the political vacuum. Now, in these elections, the party set up by the revolutionaries only managed to gain 2% of the total votes cast. That doesn't suggest to me that we can talk about the revolutionary movement and electoral victory in the same breath.
So what lies ahead for the future of Egypt?
Egypt's future basically belongs to the Islamists. There's no other outcome that's possible. If there's a genuine secondary wave, revolutionary wave, from the people against military rule, the Islamists will have no choice but to side with the people, and the result will be the triumph of Islamism. If there is no secondary revolutionary wave, this pact that exists between the Islamists and the military regime will continue, and that too will result in an Islamist triumph. And so, either way, the liberals have been decimated.
Secularists and liberals, strong in the streets but weak institutionally, denounce what they call an appropriation by the military of their revolution. They're afraid that the army's alliance with the Islamists will simply sideline them in the reform process.